Hello everyone and welcome to episode 95 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. It's Pride of C, now in the year 2008. So we're 5 away, as that is pretty crazy that I believe the 100th episode will be the first ever Bushido from Down Under, which will be the first Bushido in Australia, which pretty fun. I was actually kind of hoping it would be for the first worldwide live from Las Vegas, but that's okay. It's no big deal. As yeah, for this episode's Pride FC Worldwide 14, BJ Penn, Gilbert Melendez 3. Should be a pretty fun main event. We only have 4 pieces of mail. Yep, it's Alexei Olenek, who's just joined Red Devil Sport. Merlin Ninja Hua has joined Who's Fairly Tudo, or has left rather, Who's Fairly Tudo, after having his long run as the middleweight champion. And Neo Ogawa's left the Kata Dojo, and we extended my quick swick. Not a lot of pieces of mail. I don't know why I hit select all again, but that's okay. As without further ado, let's get this show on the road here. And so we have BJ Penn and Gilbert Melendez, of course, the main event. Heath and Pedro Rizzo is the co-main. Eric Davella and Drew Fickett. Ronaldo Brawl and Benji Radish. Jose Aldo, Daisuke Nakamura. It's that poor Jose Aldo. These theories are gonna get the fucking shit beat out of him. As that's should be a very fun fight, though. It's kind of crazy. Obviously we just saw him fight on the 4th, as far as in 2021, and obviously we're booking him here. Usually, though, funny enough, usually the people we have, because obviously it's almost, close to 15 years since we've had, since, the current day time, and, we have, like, we've had a lot of people have some success, but like it's just crazy to think that like Glover Teixeira is like the UFC light heavyweight champion, and he's or used them in 2008. It's just kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, as far as he should actually beat Daisuke Nakamura there, and that should be a nice win for Jose Aldo in the opener. It's Elijah Harshburger and Thiago Alves as to kick off the TV taping, the Worldwide 14 TV taping. Interesting card. There's a lot of welterweight stuff. There's there's 2 lightweight fights, 2 welterweight fights, 1 heavyweight, 1 middleweight, and it's that the heavyweight fight's going to be interesting because I think our heavyweights so far they've been tremendous, but they're kind of outside like the top. I'd say 10. It's kind of a crapshoot on what type of a performance you're going to get from, unless it's Gary Goodrich, and then you'll know it's going to be pretty great. But that's besides that. As far as the 2 prelim fights, Czech Congo, Alexander Emelianenko, and then Thiago Silva and Nobuhiro Obaya as the prelim bout. So it's kind of funny. We think we're 2-2-2-2 all across the board. Yeah, we are. So yeah, a little evenly paced TV taping. Czech Congo giving up at least 20 pounds on Emelianenko, but it probably shouldn't matter because Czech Congo's a savage. As the main event for the trilogy. Of course, they're tied at 1 win each. Last met in the main event of Pride 33. The pin is mightier than the sword, which Gilbert Melendez won and became the new lightweight champion of the world. As obviously now he's kind of went on a bit of a streak as far as had a couple of losses after that when losing to Jens Pulver and then Joe Stevenson. But he's came back. He beat Daisuke Nakamura and he's beaten Cristiano Marciello at Pride 38, which, I mean, that's a lot of fights, though, in 2007, 4 fights, but he is coming in here at 16-4, and 7-3 as a whole in Pride FC, looking to get a win over BJ Penn. They both have won 3 of the last 5 fights, as BJ Penn is coming off a loss to Josh Thompson, so, I mean, he is, as far as not too great form right now, as far as for BJ Penn, coming in off of a loss, but he's still has the Blue Cat stat picks 6-1. This is a very evenly matched fight. Obviously, and I think this should be a fun main event. Obviously, Gilbert Melendez is going to bring the pressure to BJ Penn, and we'll see if Penn can weather the storm. That is El Nino as the co-main event. Texas Crazy Horse Heath Herring taking on Pedro the Rock Rizzo. They're both world-ranked super heavyweights, 20th and 21st. First time they fought, Herring's going to have the significant weight advantage. Close one, 4-3, with Pedro Rizzo having the slight advantage on the Blurcat staff picks as Pedro Rizzo 4-6 in Pride FC. He's got a losing record. He's 14-7 He's off a 2-fight losing streak, which, I mean, you're looking at the guys he's lost to, like, they're not bums, you know. It's Ice Cold Igor, a former heavyweight champion, Sergey twice, which that's, you know, former heavyweight champion, Simi Shalette, who is a top 5 heavyweight in the world, same thing with Arvlovsky, who's a savage, and Tim Silva, who's also a savage. And, yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, you know, that's just going to be that's a tough losses there. Heath Herring is 6-5, and he just lost to Mark Kerr, so his losses are not so, as far as prestigious as it compared to, as Pedro Rizzo. Because he's lost to Mark Coleman, Mark Kerr, Greg Ricken, Fedor, which that's probably his toughest loss, and he also lost to Rico Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, you know, the weight and his style, you would assume, wouldn't play into a factor with Pedro Rizzo, just because I think Pedro's great standing, he's great on the ground, he's really well versatile, and I think he has the tools to beat him. I'm agreeing with the Blurcast Epics. I don't think it should be that close, though, 4-3. See if I can be proved wrong. As Eric Davella taking on Drew the Master Fickett, as Davella has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. He's the 9th ranked welterweight in Pride of Sea, which Drew Fickett is ranked 23rd. A bit of a punching up for Drew Fickett. He just lost to Matt Serra and Eric Davella. He won in his Pride of Sea debut against Kira Kikuchi. As far as he's lost to Ramichian. He's beaten Mike Pyle, though. He's lost to Jay Heron and Chad Saunders and Pancrase. And it's also lost to Tetsuchi Kato and Brian Ebersol. As then for Drew the Master Fickett, who's coming in 2-2 in Pride of Sea, 2 straight wins after losing to Von Flue and Diego Sanchez. But he's beaten Mike Quick-Swick, and he just had an awful split decision win over Jake Shields, which that's kind of par for the course of Jake Shields. He's lost to John Alicio as well. Of course, the now current welterweight champion in Pride of Sea, and Sean Pearson as well. But he, you know, he's beaten, I guess, some names. You know, as far as Swick twice, and Gideon Ray, Joe Scarlo once, and Chris Lytle, Jake Shields now, and Daniel McKee. A couple of names. But, you know, I wouldn't count out Drew Fickett. I think I really haven't been impressed so much by Eric Davella so far. So we'll see. Maybe he'll change my views on him as Ronaldo Sobral. Razor Benji Raddish has a significant weight advantage for Ronaldo Sobral. Rash has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. First time they fought, and the Blurcast set picks have Ronaldo Sobral 4-3. Sobral's a tough one, because he is 7-9 in Pride of Sea. Just lost to Glover Teixeira. He's lost to Forrest Griffin. But he's beaten Vanderlei Silva, and he's beaten Carlos Newton. So his wins could kind of come out of nowhere. He's definitely taken on a lot of high-level guys. You know, you have 2 former middleweight champions, and 3, as far as if you count even he's beaten, you know, in Vanderlei Silva. But he's taken on Vanderlei, Dan Henderson, and Murillo, and he's had, you know, Carlos Newton as well, as far as a welterweight champion in there. He's taken on a lot of high-level guys. Just seems like, you know, it's a crapshoot with him. You never know what it's going to be, if he's going to show up and come to fight, or he's going to get rolled over. But Benji Raddish, like, with his skill set, he's 3-2 in Pride of Sea, 14-6 as a whole. He hasn't taken on the guys, like, sure, I think, as far as they fought Evan Tanner, and they fought Keith Jardine, and Scott Smith, which they both have lost to Scott Smith, but I believe they both have beaten Evan Tanner, and Benji Raddish lost to Keith Jardine, but actually, Ronaldo Sobral ended up beating him, if I remember correctly. As, you know, like, he kind of goes in spurts where he'll lose a little bit and he can get a win back and he'll go on a roll, like he did in Rings after losing and then won a good bit. He's had a pretty good run so far, as pretty good, you know, hasn't really had any bad performances in Pride of Sea. He's 2-2. He looks to maybe break that 500 streak here, as looking to be 3-2 over Ronaldo Sobral. It's a tough one to call, though. Tough one to call. Both men could use a win. Jose Aldo and Daisuke Nakamura, as Jose Aldo has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. They're both teammates, as they both train at Abiani Combat Club. So, wow, Jim, the lone backer of Daisuke Nakamura. I mean, Daisuke Nakamura has pulled out some upsets in his day, but I don't see it with Jose Aldo. He's a fucking savage. He's 5-0. Yeah, I mean, he's a force. Absolute force at 21 years old. Daisuke Nakamura, 3-2 though, just lost to Gilbert Melendez. After, I mean, that's a big time fight. First of all, for him, because like he's hasn't really like it went from like Joe Lozon, Sean Shirk, Thiago Tavares, and then all of a sudden, fucking Gilbert Melendez. I can't believe Shinyaoki was ranked fourth at one time during the start of the lightweight division, because now Shinyaoki's, I don't even think he's in the top 25. But yeah, I mean, he's lost to, as far as the people he's lost to, they're, Pride FC guys, they turn into, when Cristiano Marciello, except for Joey Gilbert, Katsuya Inoue, Shinyaoki, Gilbert Melendez. As far as the wins, though, the Joe Lozon win was pretty big, and him beating Sean Shirk, which is, Sean Shirk's pretty much done now, but still at that time, it was still a pretty big deal. He's 25th lightweight in the world, and I just, Jose Aldo the Savage. There's nothing more you can say about that. Is Elijah, the hero Harshburger, taking on Thiago Pitbull Alves. Is Thiago Alves, another savage, but Elijah Harshburger's got 5 inches of reach, even though Thiago Alves has significant weight advantage. I don't see how he's going to use that reach, him being a traditional wrestler, but you never know, I guess. As Harshburger's kind of had a tough go of it here. Pride of C, 0-2, lost to John Fitch, lost to Sean Pearson. Both were pretty bad fights. Depending on what happens here, might not be a good run for him here in Pride FC. He might go down the rings. Because it's weird, because he's like, him and Jake Ellenberg had a fantastic fight in Pancrase. He's had some fantastic fights in the past, like him and Preet Spratt have had a fantastic fight. Paul Taylor and him have had a fantastic fight, but hasn't really found that range here in Pride FC. He did pretty well in Strikeforce, too. Was the Strikeforce welterweight champion, was the Cage Warriors welterweight champion, but it just hasn't really clicked. He didn't do well in UFC either. He just lost to Jason Von Flue, David Barron, and Keith Wazinski. Not a lot of great performances on the big stage, but he's still 25. He can turn it around. Thiago Alves, though, 2-1 in Pride FC, 9-5 as a whole. Lost to Jake Shields' his debut in Pride FC, but he beat Nick Diaz and Ben Saunders, both were good and great fights. Knocked out Ben Saunders in 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean, he's taken on, he beat Luis Santos, crazy enough, in Mecca 21. That's very crazy. Now that to see where Luis Santos is at now, he's got a welterweight title shot, and that's pretty crazy. As far as that goes, I mean, obviously he has the tools to succeed. We'll just see what happens. But Alves, I wouldn't mind backing Thiago Alves, to be honest. Depending on what his odds are, that might be a smart money bet. Check Congo and Alexander Emelianenko. Will have will have a significant weight advantage. Czech Congo, one lone backer. I would probably be with him, to be honest. Emelianenko hasn't really impressed me too much in the heavyweight division. He's 3-1 now. There's that. He's beaten Roy Nelson and Antonio Silva. That's the thing with kind of the heavyweights, though. That heavyweight division, it's really saturated down as far as there's so many non-rated heavyweights now. That's kind of hard to kind of match up wise. Yeah, I mean, look at maybe it'll be 4-1, and he'll probably get somebody that's ranked after this. I'm sure he'll be 8-3, but check Congo. He brings 8-4, 4-2, and Pride FC just lost to Roy Nelson, so he's got that over him. And Alexander Emelianenko got knocked out too, but he's beaten Bob Zapp, beaten Alexander Atsuka, he's beaten Fabrizio Verdum, Daniel Puter, lost to Jerome in the Banner, but that fight was awesome though. 2 kickboxers just beating the shit out of each other. Loved it. Final Conflict 2003, way back when. Obviously, a guy who can have a lot of great fights with people. And yeah, I'm excited for that one. It's Thiago Silva, Nobuhiro Obaya. As Thiago Silva has the 5-inch reach advantage, but doesn't look like it's going to matter. According to Blurcast staff picks, 5-2 with Obaya having the advantage. First time they have fought. Thiago Silva 5-2, 1-1 in Pride FC. Lost his Pride FC debut to Rafael Calvante, who's a savage. Probably shouldn't have made it past the second round with James McSweeney, for being honest. But he did end up knocking him out, though. But he definitely shouldn't have lasted that long. And then Obaya, 5-5, 3-2 in Pride FC, just beat CB Dalloway, which another one where it's like, is that really something to brag about? Taking on some savages, though, and Shogun and Hector Lombard, and he's beaten Rodrigo Gracie and Dario Matsuya, which again, nothing to really tip your cap about. Yeah, I mean, I just... It depends on what type of Thiago Silva shows up, really. If he's looking to finish him off and show off his Muay Thai skills, maybe. But Obaya, with his wrestling skills, maybe will be able to negate a lot of those clinches up against the ropes. We'll see. Should be interesting. And as, yeah, 5'2", 5'5", 6'1", 5'7" for Obaya and Thiago Silva, height-wise, both 27. As from Tokyo and from Brazil, Muay Thai, Cejudo style, Rodeo style for Obaya. But it's weird that the Blurcast picked Obaya so much when the betting lines. Vegas is going with Thiago Silva, which I'm with Vegas on this one. We'll see. As first prelim bout, Yuji Shimada's referee, ringside judges. Obaya fighting from a home crowd tonight, gets a big cheer. Opening bell. Oh my god, there's a vicious right cross in 10 seconds. Knocks him down. And without hesitation, going for the stomps and kicks for the finish. But Obaya's back up. Wow, I thought that was going to be it right there. Thiago Silva, he's got the fucking power to do that. But we'll see what happens. Obaya survives as he doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination ending with the low kicks. And Silva gets caught on that last leg kick. Let's see what Obaya does with the takedown. Just going to push him up against the ropes, looking to grab both legs. He does so. Wow. As he's got his back. Looking for the rear naked choke. Oh my god, that would have been crazy. Gets knocked down 1 minute, next minute choking him out. He's got both hooks in. Oh, that's over. Wow, he doesn't allow that to happen. Looking for it again. I cannot believe he's stopping this. As he's trying to break the hooks, but he can't. Can't get himself free of the hooks. Oh, a couple of nasty punches looking now. As, oh my god, is Obaya going to steal it? Still got both hooks in. 3 minutes left in the first. He's got a long time to hang in there. As he just keeps pounding away now. Still hanging on, Thiago Silva. Still hanging on. Jesus Christ. That's the end of the first round, though. Just a struggle for 7 minutes after the knockdown and the takedown. Wow. Well, let's see what happens in the second. Yeah, I mean, that sucked because that started off great, and then just, Yuji Shimada didn't stand him up for some reason. It's round 2. Oh, a pair of tentative jabs from Obaya lands, but have zero effect. As Silva throws a punch, but Obaya avoids it, as he's pressuring Obaya now, bobbing out of the way of a jab, moves into the pocket. Can't hit the step left jab. There's a sithering kick to the legs. As there's a weak flicked left-hand jab from Obaya. Can't connect to the setup strikes. There's the right cross, though. Silva's steps really starting to get into the gas tank now. Still pressuring him, though. Obaya with the counter jab. Doesn't connect, though. Connects the jab, but Obaya avoids the big right punch. Looking to get some strikes in. There's a quick punch. Doesn't hit it, though. As now Obaya looking for an opportunity to shoot in without exposing himself for a counter strike. As those are quick punches to land, though, and that's when Obaya can take that chance he can to get a takedown. Just going to drive him against the ropes, looking for the takedown. It's not pretty, but he does so. Ends up on a turtled-up position, Thiago Silva. As he now floats over and takes us back. Oh, boy. Oh, look, scramble begins, but Obaya still has back control. Looking to just drag him back down the floor, and he does so. He's got side control off the takedown. Looking for Kimura. Silva blocks that. As it blocks a pull guard, Obaya pounds away. Blocks Silva again, tries to transition guard. Wow, so, yeah, I mean, that was all Obaya there with the takedowns. We'll see what happens in the third. Thiago Silva might have just, yeah, that's not great. That is not great, though, how frustratingly boring this has been. We'll see what Silva can do in the third. Make it a little bit more exciting, because I know Obaya's not going to be doing it. 1-2, fails to land, and then comes Obaya. Yep. And here's the takedown. Yep. And he's got the back. Silva's breathing very hard. Blocking the hooks from being hooked in. Prevents him again. Trying to roll over it, he can't. As he prevents the hooks from being hooked in again. Blocks attempt to roll him off him. Trying to get both hooks in again. Can't quite manage it. Trying to sweep him over. Can't do it either. Yep, that will do it for this one. Well, Yuji Shimada's going to stand it back up with 56 seconds left. See if Silva can knock him out. And there's some trash talking happening. Obaya shoots him with a takedown. He just can't stop a takedown. Thiago Silva is fucked in this one. Yep. Obaya is your winner by unanimous decision. And, yeah, at least it was rated average, but that's got to be disheartening if you're in the Thiago Silva camp. Had him. Had him right in 10 seconds in. Knocked him down with a great shot. Couldn't finish him off. He just couldn't take a take. He couldn't stop a takedown. He couldn't. At least he didn't tap. At least give him that. As 6-5 for Nobuhiro Obaya, 5-3 for Thiago Silva. Let's see, thanks everyone connected to AO Style and for helping him prepare for the fight, and his sponsors supporting him financially. He asks who would be interested in fighting next. The answers he thinks a fight with against Mauricio Shogun would probably be a great contest. Yeah, you'd get your fucking ass beat, Nobuhiro Obaya. You're insane. Czech Congo versus Alexander Emelianenko. 8-4, 7-3, both 6'4" heavyweight fighters. This is 235, 255. France, St. Petersburg, Russia. Kickboxer, Zombo Boxing, Baresta, Red Devil Sport, plus 180 for Czech Congo, minus 230 for Alexander Emelianenko. You just might as stand back out there. It's our referee, ringside judges. As Congo initiates an exchange of strikes, there's two kind of left hands for Emelianenko, as there's a two-punch combo, but again, Emelianenko doing a great job on the defense, countering both those strikes. They meet in the center. There's a left hook from Emelianenko, as there's a left jab and a right hand second on the gloves, as slipping past the right hook and gets encounters with a left jab and a right cross that just misses from Emelianenko, as Congo hits a left jab but misses the head kick attempt. Hits the left jab and has the right cross blocked as Emelianenko. Both fighters meet in the center. There's a left cross. There's a nice right hook from Czech Congo, as there's a flurry of quick punches. One of the flurry of quick punches, but fails on the leg kick attempt. Couple of jabs, also right hand connects for Emelianenko. There's a cut underneath the eye, as Congo, those stalks forward, pressing forward after getting cut. There's a counter jab. So there's a quick 1-2, doesn't land either blow though. Still coming forward on the attack. Another counter jab. As oh my god, just Czech Congo is not doing too hot here. As exchange of strikes doesn't go anywhere. Congo again still pressing, which he shouldn't because Emelianenko's just doing a great job countering. There's two left hands. There's a nice jab though and a straight right hand that lands hard. As now Emelianenko fires off another counter jab. Those some strikes and a fast leg kick, but Emelianenko avoids them all. As there's a left hook from Emelianenko. There's a quick punch, but misses the right hook from Czech Congo. Fails to land any strikes in the combo, ended with a head kick attempt. And Emelianenko manages to catch it and look for the takedown, but he doesn't get it. He just pushes him against the ropes. Looking for a Muay Thai clinch. Oh, he's got it. He's got a knee to the ribs, but couldn't really generate a lot of power. Still can't get out of it. Oh my god, and there's a powerful knee right on the button. Right on the cheek, and Czech Congo is knocked out. Alexander Emelianenko with an impressive win, making him 8-3, 8-5 for Czech Congo. As Emelianenko thanks everyone connected to Red Devil Sport for helping him prepare for the fight, and his sponsors supporting him financially. On to the main card. Elijah the Hero Harshburger taking on Thiago Pitbull Alves, 9-5, 17-6, Woodbridge, Virginia, Coconut Creek, Florida. 5'11", 183, 5'9", 183. Both guys 25 years old. American top team in Budokan Luta Libre. Plus 120 for the Pitbull and Thiago Alves. And then minus 160 for Elijah Harshburger. Probably going to back Thiago Alves here. So taking Nakamura is our referee, our ringside judges. Even though they weighed in the same yesterday, Alves clears a significant weight advantage now. Round one begins. They touch gloves. As moving around, Harshburger is looking for an opening to grapple without getting hit coming in. As he can't connect the sub strikes, then scores a right roundhouse kick to the ribs, though. As, Harshburger is still waiting for that chance to dart in, start grappling. There's a left jab and a great high right head kick. And he has wobbled him there. As he is back up against the ropes, is Harshburger. He's got nowhere to go. And there's a big knee to the face after putting him in a Muay Thai clinch. And another knockout from a knee. And he is out cold. Yeah, easy money is what that is for Thiago Alves, as he gets the win in 53 seconds. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's just Elijah Harshburger. He just can't do it on the main stage. Just is not it for him. He's 0-3 now in privacy. Just got knocked out 53 seconds. Not great. We'll probably actually send him down the rings. I don't know. We might give him one more fight. Just because I'm feeling generous as giving thanks to Thiago Alves. Praise his team at Budokan Luta Libre. He's very responsive to all the fans who came out to support him. On the next main fight, Jose Aldo versus Daisuke Nakamura, 5-0, 9-5, catch wrestling, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, minus 240 for Jose Aldo, both obviously teammates of Aviani Combat Club. We'll see what happens. Nagumo's our referee, ringside judges. Nakamura, being in front of a home crowd, gets a loud cheer as he enters. Here we go, they touch gloves, toe-to-toe with strikes, and the flurry ends without any really damaging shots landing. They step it in strike. Nakamura missing the big right hand, allowing Aldo to counter with a few quick left jabs that are followed up by a big right hand that just misses. come together and strike, missing the big right hand, putting him off balance, allowing Aldo to attack with a solid right hand. They come forward and engage. Neither fighter lands a significant strike in a quick exchange. Aldo throws a two-punch combination, but Nakamura maintains his good guard and is safe there as Nakamura missing the right hand to engage. Aldo opens up with a feint. Aldo counters the right hand with a left jab and a kick to the lead leg. Two fighters engage with strikes, but neither lands anything worthwhile. Aldo coolly stalks Nakamura, so he's trapped against the corner there. Nakamura hits two counter left hands. Aldo fails to land any of the strikes in the combo, then with an attempted kick. Exchange of strikes happens in the center of the ring, but neither fighter lands anything good. Aldo's stalking Nakamura back towards the corner. There's a counter jab from Nakamura. 1-2 from Aldo fails to land. Aldo comes forward on the attack again. They stab him back into the pocket. Lands one of the three quick punches and hits the body kick. Counter jab, 1-2, doesn't land either blow. Aldo's got to start laying in the leg kicks. Come on. As he's back into the corner, steps back into the pocket after avoiding the jab. There we go. There's a low kick after failing to find home his jab. As he stalks forward, forcing him back into the corner again. There's a counter jab, it misses. As there's another hard low front kick. And it's going to be a lot of damage is going to come from those leg kicks. Two left hands in the exchange. He's off balance after falling for a cleverly executed feint, as Aldo throws three punches, but Nakamura defends himself well against all of them. Halfway point in the first round, back into the corner, as the counter jab doesn't connect though. Can't connect with the jab, but it's the straight right though. He's back into the corner again, hits the left hand in exchange, fails for the feint, and is left in a vulnerable attack. Lands a jab and then catches Nakamura with a low kick to the front leg. Aldo coolly stalks Nakamura, so he's trapped in the corner. Aldo moved into the pocket. A nice feint from Aldo, from Aldo causes Nakamura to be open. As a quick flurry of the three punches from Aldo sees them all hit home, but Nakamura sees the head kick coming and steps back to avoid it. That would have been a fight ender for sure. Aldo's starting to breathe a little heavier now. They come together and it's really tentative. Nothing comes of it though. Yep, here comes the limp. It's forcing him back into the corner as a counter jab. Can't connect with the jab. There's a nice straight right hand from Aldo. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but nothing comes of it. Stalking forward, Aldo backs Nakamura up against the corner. There's a left-handed exchange. Aldo throws a four-punch combo, but Nakamura avoids them all. Aldo stalks Nakamura back towards the corner of the ring. Aldo bops out of the way of a jab, moves into the pocket. Aldo lands a left hand and catches Nakamura with a right hook. Aldo coolly stalks Nakamura, so he's trapped in the corner. Aldo bobs out of the way and moves into the pocket. Jab is wide from Aldo, and he lands a low kick to the legs. Both fighters move in and engage. Nakamura misses his big right hand, allowing Aldo to count it with a nice right hook. Aldo coolly stalks Nakamura, so he's trapped in the corner. As Aldo looked to pressure Nakamura, stepping into the pocket. As Aldo can't connect with a jab, it hits the nice high right head kick though. As we move into a flurry of into the 60 seconds now, and oh, that's a big shot there from yes, that shot definitely did rock him. He's unsteady on his feet. And there's the big right hand for the knockdown. Will he be saved by the bell, or will Aldo be able to finish him? Nope, it's too slow, as he's back up, and he's back into the corner. There's a left-hand exchange, a 1-2, but Nakamura is equal to it. Another 1-2 from Aldo, that fails to land, though. Obviously, all Jose Aldo. No surprise there. Second round, Aldo throws a hook to the body, and Nakamura steps back to avoid it. And Nakamura now going to seize the chance to grab him to a clinch. Grabs an arm looking to pull him down. Not happening. Aldo blocks it, then takes control of it. Now looking for a trip. Good solid base, though, looking for it again. And he's got it this time, though. A superb outside leg trip from Aldo. And now we'll see what Aldo can do in guard here. We don't really get to see that a whole lot. Usually just stands up with guys. As now he's trying to pull guard. Not happening, though. So, yep, just looking and just continues to throw a couple of inches of the body. Pounds away, but unable to inflict much damage. Tries to transition the guard, can't manage it, though. And the referee stands it back up with a minute left. Aldo starting to move noticeably more slower. Nakamura still limping very noticeably there. Wish he would go back to the leg kicks. There's a left hook from Nakamura. There's a 1-2 from Aldo. They meet in the center. Big right hand missing. And Aldo comes in with a jab and a leg kick that just narrowly misses. Let's see if Aldo can finish the third round here. As there's a scores the jab. Doesn't find the mark with a right hook. There's a 1-2 combination. A quick left and a straight right from Aldo to end out the round. Again, another win as far as winning the round for Jose Aldo. We'll see what happens in the third. If Daisuke Nakamura can pull one out. Not looking like it, though, as, yep, still with just a definite limp from the leg kick damage. As he fails from his jab, there's another leg kick. Connects to the jab, but avoids the big right. as he connects the jab and misses the vicious right hand. More limping happening as a feet, as causing Nakamura to open up to one side, leaving himself open as he misses the right hand. Does Nakamura, and there's a counter with a jab and a left hook to the ribs. As Aldo finds his way past his opponent's guard with a sharp 1-2, and Nakamura lands a 1-2, trying to answer back. Oh wow, as Nakamura gets him into a clinch, looking to suck him into the guard. He's got it, wow, as Aldo's now in guard, trying to sweep. I don't think he gets out of the sweep, and they're just going to scramble. As Nakamura is still breathing, is still moving well, he's definitely breathing a little deeper now. As Aldo can't connect with the step strikes, there's a body kick though. Halfway point, a left hand and a leg kick again. As he can't connect with the step strikes, there's a right cross that lands hard though. As he's still, the threat of getting hit is keeping him from rushing in is Nakamura. Using the left jab, but Nakamura evades the big right punch. From the looks of things, I don't think Aldo has much left energy. I mean, he might just collapse here at the end of the round, and Nakamura might be able to steal it. As it counters the right hand with a left jab, but the left kick again narrowly misses the target. Nakamura missing the right hook and leaves himself open for the counter with a jab and a leg kick that misses. Nakamura limps around. His legs notice is now virtually useless thanks to all the damage that he's taken now. Both fighters come together and strike. Nakamura slipping past the right hook and attacks with a left jab and a good right hook of his own. Limping heavily, Nakamura struggling to move around. Both fighters step in to strike. Nakamura missing the right cross leaves him open for the counter. Aldo attacks with the left jab and a quick leg kick to the lead leg. Yeah, Nakamura, he's not going to win in the stand-up battle. Not at all. Can barely walk now. Your winner, Jose Aldo, who just put him through a buzzsaw. As it was rated average. I figured so. It was pretty one-sided. I think Daisuke Nakamura, he landed 16 shots, I guess, in the entire fight, but just Jose Aldo's just a fucking problem and a half. So many shots. So many shots. He can really go within every level. He can hit you in. It's a lot. It's giving thanks to Jose Aldo, praises his team, and Obaya. The Combat Club is very responsive to all the fans who came out and support him. Now, Ronaldo Brawl versus Benji Radish. 18-9, 14-6 wrestling, and Luta Livre wrestling for Ronaldo Brawl. Minus 170 for Ronaldo Brawl, plus 130 for Benji Radish. Extreme Couture, Castle Rock, Washington, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 6'1", 205, 5'10", 205, 32 years old, 28 years old. See what happens. Brazilian top team, Extreme Couture. Deki Nguyen was a referee. Ringside judges. Although the weight isn't the same, it's noticeable that Ronaldo Brawl is a lot heavier than Benji Radish is. Underway, they engage. Misses the right hook and gets counter with a quick left jab and a right hook. Does Benji Radish there. There's an over-under position in the clinch. Benji Radish wrestles away into a down position, and there's a knee strike to the body. Trying to throw it again. This time it gets blocked. Hits it this time, though. Trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. He secures the leg, looking to just take him off balance there. It smartly sweeps the standing leg, gets side control of that. There's some big right hands, but Brawl covers up well. Trying to move the guard. It's not happening now. Does a little way of damage. Blocks Brawl, tries to transition the guard. Keeps him guessing a few quick strikes. Tries to transition the guard, but can't manage it though. Pounds with right hands. Fails to land anything significant though. Trying to move the guard, but Rash doesn't allow it. Throws a few weak looking punches, decides his next move. Blocks Brawl's transition the guard. As referee's going to stand him back up, and now a takedown attempt from Brawl, which he doesn't get it. And now he's going to push him against the ropes, looking to take him down. He's got it, and Radish is on his back, and he pulls guard. Halfway point in the first. Throws a few weak-looking punches, decides his next move. Trying to sweep from the bottom, doesn't happen though. Trying to pass guard, and there's the scramble. And Radish is on his back, pulling guard. So nothing really changed. Just Brawl trying to pass guard. He gets to half guard at least. Now they're thrown with any great force. Tries to get a full guard on Brawl, doesn't happen though. Trying to get from half guard to get better position. That's not happening either. Radish allows the pass, but it's just a ploy to allow him to try and scramble. So Radish ends up having the pull guard, losing out on the scramble, trying to pass guard. He can't quite manage it to get past it this time around. So Radish tries to pull Brawl in close and smother him, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. As Brawl is trying to pass the guard, he gets past the guard in a certain degree of ease, and he gains side control. As Brawl throws a few right hands, mainly just trying to catch his breath. Tries to pull guard on Brawl, doesn't get anywhere with the attempt though. Unloads some right hands, does fairly minimal damage. Tough one to call. They both landed the takedown. Radish landed more shots, so maybe that, but then again, Brawl did a really good job as far as passing. He was 4 for 5 on passes, so I think that says that's a tough one to call. I'm gonna probably have to go with Radish, though. I think Radish, for the most part, He controlled the majority of the round, and he did a lot better job standing up wise at least, and landed a little bit more shots, a lot more power shots. There was 2 knees from the body in the clinch, but it's a tough one. We'll see what happens in the second. As there's a right hand taking on the gloves, can't connect with the left jab, and also has the right hook blocked. There's a takedown tip from Raddish, can't get past the sprawl, gets pushed down on his hands and knees, and there are several big shots from Sprawl, and Raddish is stung as he's trying to drive a knee into the head. Oh my god, but Raddish scooted backwards quickly, is able to stand back up. Still breathing well, as Ronaldo Brawl is definitely breathing a little deeper now, so is Benji Raddish. So going to take some hits if that means getting close enough to grapple. So jabs wide, there's a slithering kick to the legs though of Raddish, is able to grab him. Using his wrestling skills, Radish is trying to push Brawl up against the ropes. He does so, and now Brawl is trapped there. With the ropes trapping Brawl, Radish is looking to try and take him down low and grab both legs. He's got it. Radish gets the guts back, and they're looking for an Americana. Doesn't allow it to be applied, though. The Brawl trying to transition the guard, can't manage it. Those a few right hands, takes a moment to plan ahead. He's trying to transition the guard. Unloads some right hands, deals them fairly comfortably, though. Trying to pull guard on Radish, doesn't get in with the attempt. A minute left. Several clean shots are landing now. Alves giving up his back now. Can he get a rear naked choke to end out the round? We'll see. Oh, look at just finish off the TKO strikes. Might have been a mistake there. I would have went for the choke if it was me. But yeah, big round for Benji Radish. Did a lot of damage. Did the takedown. I think he's up 2 rounds. So, I mean, Ronaldo Brawl's going to have to finish him off. He's going to win this one. Unless he thinks he's won the first one, though. And then it depends on what his corner's asking him for. As Sabral steps in, seemingly willing to risk getting hit, if that means getting closer to wrestle. There's a left jab from Benji Radish and also scores the right cross. A tired Benji Radish looks for the takedown, gets sprawled though. Fires with right hands as Radish doesn't take much damage though. As Radish gets up sharply, sensing that Sabral's about to throw a kick to the ribs there. As a ragged looking takedown attempt from a visibly tired Sabral, and that's not happening. As Sabral's going to push him against the ropes, looking for a takedown. Oh, he's got it. It's not pretty, but he's got him. And looking to pass guard, he can't quite get it. As Sabral's getting held down now, looking to pass guard into side control. He's past a half guard at least. As he gains side control after getting his legs free from half guard. Minute left, Sabral pounds with right hands, doesn't do much damage though. Sabral's looking really tired now. Radish pulls half guard. Sabral unloads some right hands, but Radish deals with them fairly comfortably. Radish tries to get full guard on Sabral, but doesn't get in with the attempt. And that's the end of the fight. And I think your winner will be Benji Radish. We'll see if the judges all controversy. Sabral with the first, Radish with the second judge, and Sabral with the third. Ronaldo Sabral wins by split decision. We'll look at the entire fight, and it's very, very close to call. But I just think Radish landed more. As far as went for the submission, I think he just really won the second round. I think he won the first, but that first round's so tough to call. I could see where they're at. I could see where the judges are thinking, because it is very close, but I would have gave it to Benji Radish. But it's a tough win. Tough win and a tough loss for both guys there. 19-9 will be Ronaldo Sabral, 14-7 for Benji Radish, who is now going to be 3-3 in Pride FC. As Ronaldo Sabral gets his name checked, everyone in Brazilian top team, always favorite sponsor, all of his friends, famous supporters. Praise Rash for the tough fight. It's now Eric Davella taking on Drew the Master Fickett, 20-8, 14-4, Tucson, Arizona. Lubbock, Texas, 5'9", 183, 5'10", 183. American top team, Hammer House. Submission fighting, wrestling, judo. Minus 160, plus 120. Very close on the betting lines. Big John McCarthy's the referee, ringside judges. We're underway. They come together in a clinch. Fickett's the aggressor, looking to push him up against the ropes. He's got him. And he's looking to keep control there. It's a grueling close-up battle. Short strikes for roughly a minute. Drew Fickett's just going to wear him down. Up against the ropes. Thank God Big John's there to separate him. Looking for the takedown attempt. And it's a great sprawl. And he floats over and takes his back. And eats several big shots from Eric Davilla. As now more good shots are landing. And a couple of heavy shots go through and rock him now. Now he's looking to cover up his Fickett. As he's too slow to take his back, so Fickett's... release his back control. What is Eric Davilla doing now? That was an interesting decision. I would have went for the takedown after that, but just going to release your control. Certainly a choice, as the two fighters clinch. Fickett aggressively gets down position. As he's looking for the takedown, he's got it. It's a big takedown. He doesn't try other strikes. Goes from half guard to full guard, at least tries to, but doesn't allow it. Fickett again fire away with punches. Davella doesn't take any undue damage. Trying to sweep, that's not happening. As it just punches taken on the guard, and it's not just kind of stalemate there. Big John McCarthy's gonna stand him up with about 2 minutes left. Getting close and clinches with him. Davella looking for the trip takedown. It's not happening. Fickett's got control of it now. Looking for the takedown. He's got it. No problem. And side control looking for an arm triangle. Defends it well, though. It's trying to pull guard on Fickett. Doesn't take any undue damage, though. Unloads with some elbow strikes, but then it will inflict much damage to end the round. Yeah, that was all Drew Fickett. Maybe not all Drew Fickett. Let me paraphrase. Almost all Drew Fickett. Eric Davella did a great job once he sprawled him and really did a lot of damage. And he did a really good job. This is another close round. It really depends on the way you think of it. Are you someone that values takedowns a lot? Are you someone that values damage in as far as rocking him? You know, he did the damage than Eric Davella, but Drew Fickett, besides that one sequence, pretty much controlled the entire round, in my opinion. We'll see. We shall see how the judges are going to play this one out. There's the second round. Here we go. Davella gets in close. Fickett with clinch with Fickett, looking for the takedown. It isn't happening. It's Fickett now wrestles his way into a down position to clinch. As Fickett's looking to muscle up against the ropes, he does so. Short punches the body for about a half a minute. He pins up against the ropes. And now a full minute passes. The two opponents press against the up close, exchanging short punches to the body and the side of the head. Big John's going to separate him again. Davella moves in as he wrestles his way into a down position to clinch, looking for the takedown. He's got it. It's a great trip takedown for Eric Davella. Fickett looking to scramble right away, though. But Fickett was too slow and gets caught in side control. As landing a few clean shots, but not many. Davella's doing a great job as far as doing damage from the ground. I mean, he's been great. That's a round I think he won. So we'll see what happens. Depending on what happens in this third round, let's say Fickett wins it, wouldn't be surprised if a split decision win for Davella. I just think now at this point, the way the round is going, and the way this fight's going, Davella's going to come out on top. We'll see. As two fighters come together in clinch, Fickett's the aggressor, using his wrestling skills. Fickett's trying to push him against the ropes. He's got him pinned. Just going to stay there for a minute, so leaving with neither fighter risk leaving a crucial opening the other exploit. Because really, it's a very close fight. You don't want to get caught here in the third, showing his ability to exert control. Fickett smothers Davella against the ropes. Minute or so passes, the two opponents press up against the ropes, exchanging short punches to the body and the side of the head. Halfway point, Big John's going to bring him back into the center. As Davella's still moving well, he's definitely breathing deeper. So is Fickett. They get up close to start clinching for position. As Fickett works his way into a dominant position in the clinch, looking to muscle him up against the ropes. He's got him up against the ropes. Whirling close-up battle, short strikes for roughly a minute. Final minute now. Davella's stuck against the ropes, pretty much trapped there thanks to total control. I mean, Drew Fickett, what a great round for him. There's a vicious foot stomp. Completely dominated him. Not a lot happening in it. We'll see what happens with the judges. Yep, we're going to have a split. For Fickett, wow, what a fuck. 2 split decisions. I could see where they went with it. You know, because I think they went with me. I think they went with the first round and the third round going for Fickett. But, yeah, I mean, I think they got that one right. I think they did. But that's a tough loss, though, for Davella, because he did a lot of damage in that second round, but just wasn't enough. I don't think. I agree with the judges there. As a 15-4 for Drew Fickett, 20-9 for Eric Davella. That's a big win for Drew Fickett. As a thanks everyone connect to Hammer House for helping him prepare for the fight. As for your sponsors for supporting him financially. Says that he can't believe that all the judges didn't award him the win. Yeah, I mean, I'm with him there. As the Texas Crazy Horse, Heath here taking on Pedro, the Rock, Rizzo, and our co-main. 21-9, 14-7. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Amarillo, Texas, 6'4", 245, 6'1", 225. Wrestling, Muay Thai. Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts. Usveli Tudo, minus 200 for The Rock. We'll see what happens. Hideki Nagumo's a referee. It's always tough. Stand-up guy versus wrestler. Muay Thai versus wrestling. It's going to be a tough one. The judges for this one. Here we go. He's right out of the gate with the takedown, and he's got it. Oh, but look for the guillotine, though, is Rizzo, and he's got it. Wow. Well, that was quite the sequence there. Goes for the takedown, leaves the neck in, though, and gets taken into a guillotine in 48 seconds. That was an easy one for Pedro Rizzo. 15-7, 21-10 now for Heath Herring. Giving thanks, Pedro Rizzo praised his team at Moose Valley too, though, and his favorite sponsors and the fans who came out to support him. Looking at the replay of the finish, Pedro Rizzo says that was part of the game plan. He's waiting for the right opportunity to apply it. Yeah, that's one way to go about it. As our main event, the Prodigy, PJ Penn taking on Gilbert El Nino Melendez in the trilogy fight. 15-2, 16-4, 25 years old for El Nino and Gilbert Melendez. Both guys 5'9", both guys 161. Santa Ana, California. Hawaii for BJ Penn. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, boxing for Gilbert Melendez. No team for BJ Penn, which is pretty surprising, because he's BJ fucking Penn. You think he'd have a team, an AKA for Gilbert Melendez. I think that could definitely play into a factor here. Melendez having a team to train with. I mean, I'm going with Gilbert Melendez here. Plus 180, he's got a team. BJ Penn doesn't have a team. I don't see him winning this one. As Yuji Shimada's the referee, ringside judges. Round 1 begins, they touch gloves. As he can't connect with the set strikes, then catches Melendez with a crunching right hook, though. That's a great way to start it for BJ Penn. As a jab hits home from Penn and hits Melendez with a straight right. Wow, he is just showing his boxing display here. His fast home his jab. There's a nice straight right hand. Melendez is able to grab him, though. Muscle him against the ropes. He does so, looking to go down low, grabs his opponent's legs. He's got it. And now he's got the takedown. As Melendez blocks Penn, he tries to get enough separation to scramble. As, BJ Penn looking for that scramble. He's too slow, though. It gets caught in side control. Looking for a knee bar. Penn blocks it. As inside control, Melendez just catching his breath. Condensed a couple punches to the body. As Melendez pounds away on Penn, landing a few glancing elbow strikes. Nothing too damaging, though. Penn tries to pull guard on Melendez. Doesn't get in with the attempt. Melendez unloads some 2 big elbows. But covers up well and absorbs all the impact on his forearms. Penn tries to pull guard on Melendez. Doesn't get in with the attempt, though. Halfway point in the round. Melendez tries to pound on Penn with elbows. None of the blows land with any degree of power. Tries to transition guard. Can't manage it, though. Inside control. Melendez catches his breath. Content just a couple punches to the body. Melendez tries to pound on Penn with elbows, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. Penn tries to transition the guard, but can't manage it. Melendez pounds away with elbow strikes. Calmly deals with them. Penn tries to pull guard on Melendez. Doesn't get in with the attempt. Melendez pounds away with elbow strikes, but fails to land anything significant. Has Penn again trying to pull guard. Melendez doesn't take it in. I mean, there we go. I was waiting for the stand-up. As they're back to their feet, Penn hits the left jab and hits Melendez with a straight right. As Penn initiating the exchange of strikes, there's a counter jab. Doesn't connect, though. Nice feint from Penn. Causes Melendez to open up. There's the left jab, but can't connect for the right to the body. As the exchange of strikes are relatively close range, but nothing really lands. As coming forward is Penn, the two fighters start to trade blows, missing the left hand in exchange. The 1-2 fails to land. Now Penn stalking Melendez. There's a counter left hand. Can't connect with the step left jab, and there's a right hand from Penn. Another counter left hand from Melendez. There's a quick 1-2. Doesn't land either blow. Two fighters engage. Penn hits the left cross. Melendez lands the left jab, but has the right hand blocked. Jab is wide from Penn and lands the right hand. Melendez is able to grab him. Big knee strike to the body to end out the round. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, because really, Penn was doing a great job standing, but once Melendez had that takedown, it was pretty much all she wrote as far as who's going to win the round. Penn's going to have to do a lot more than that if he's going to want to win. Second round starts. Big strike exchange, but nobody lands anything. There's a low kick that misses from Penn. Melendez throws a couple punches on a roundhouse kick to the body, but Penn's too quick and moves out of the range of all of that. Just can't connect the sub strike. There's the right hand, though, from Penn. So there's that look at the muscle against ropes. Can't do it, though. It ends up being out rough. As a look at Penn for the trip takedown. He's got it, too. Well, there's a few right hands. Takes a moment to plan ahead now. Melendez trying to move to guard, but Penn doesn't allow it. Penn hits a knee strike to the ribs. Doesn't connect properly, though, because Melendez is moving too much. As Penn fires off a few punches that aren't throwing any great force. Penn blocks Melendez. He tries to transition the guard. We are now at the halfway point in the round. Penn throws a few weak-looking punches and decides his next move. Penn blocks Melendez as he tries to transition the guard. Penn holds Melendez in position with side control and hits a knee to the ribs. Penn throws some small strikes, clearly just taking a moment to catch his breath, though. No progress being made. The referee brings the fighters back to his feet, as Penn is still moving well, and he's definitely breathing a little deeper now. 60 seconds into the round, Penn steps in, looks to unleash those two-punch combo, and avoids both of them. Two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Counters the missed roundhouse kick with the right cross. And slipping past the right hook and counters the pair of jabs are followed by a right hook that just misses. And that's the end of the second round. that one was all pinned. This is going to be a tough one to call again. A lot of tough fights on this card here. As final round, we'll see who wins this fight. They come together and strike. Melendez dodges to the right hand and counterattacks a kick to the lead leg. Exchange strikes, nothing really happens though. BJ Penn clenches up, looking shattered. Melendez brings him up against the ropes, looking for the takedown. Wow. And he is sent hard to the mat, and he gives up his back. Melendez has got a very tight body triangle now, looking for the rear naked choke. He stops it though. Can BJ Penn survive? He's getting flattened out now. Wow, I cannot believe he's not finishing him off. There, he's got it this time. As BJ Penn gets flattened with a rear naked choke and he has to tap. Your winner in the third round by a rear naked choke. With 3 minutes and 35 seconds left. Or 3 minutes and 35 seconds into the third round, rather. Jesus. It is Gilbert El Nino Melendez winning the trilogy against BJ Penn. Easy money again. Whereas, I can't believe BJ Penn didn't have a camp. Like, that just blew my mind. Giving thanks to Gilbert Melendez, praised his team at American Kickboxing Academy, all of his various sponsors, all the fans who came on supporting him. He asked if he would be interested in fighting next. Plus, he has a lot of respect for the skills of Josh Thompson. Says that he thinks that'd be a great fight. I think he's going to get a title fight, though, in it. And Gilbert Melendez. I think he's going to get the next lightweight title fight, I believe. If memory serves me correct. He might have to take on somebody, though. As, we'll see, though, because he is ranked 9th, but I feel like he's going to jump in the ratings. Yeah, I mean, it really got saved by that main and co-main, because I was a little nervous about half that card after the awesome knockout from Thiago Alves, but a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Poor Heath goes for the takedown. Oh, we did not do great, though, as far as everybody else. Pop-wise. Not great. Performance bonus, rather. Kind of tough one to call, but I'm going to go with Melendez. As, made $2 million, though. That's all that matters in the end. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for what will be another episode of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. As, yeah, thank you all, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.